Hi guys, Music Theory 25, trying to make music theory a little less weary and trying to make it a little bit cheery. How can you? I know it's not the most scintillating subject in the world, but it's so useful if you want to learn all those things like writing songs, working out songs and stuff. Now I'm focusing mainly on the guitar, and if you had to look at the summary in the nutshell previous to this, this is going to be a test to check how you're getting on. And if you're doing well on this, I suggest you go to the next level. If not, I would just really backtrack a little bit, and no disrespect when I'm saying that. If you get this really soundly down, we can do more on the guitar. Okay, so here we go. Without any further ado, question 1. Okay, quite at the back again, please. What are the notes on the open strings? You understand what I mean by that? That's the open strings on the 6. I'm playing. Excuse me, my guitar's now out of tune. Open strings on the 6 being the thickest, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st. Little mnemonic for, you can use for that, or use your own mnemonic, or aide de memoire, or memory aid, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so hopefully that's not too difficult. Question 2. I made mention of this when finding out the key of a song. What generally tells you the key of the song? I say generally. It doesn't happen 100% of the time, but a good rule of thumb is it will tell you what the key of the song is. Okay. Okay, question 3. Question 3. What is an arpeggio? What is an arpeggio? And it's not an Italian motor scooter, okay? And it's not a group of islands either. Okay, any ideas? I did make mention of this, okay, but it's a special name for a particular type of chord, or how you go about spelling the chord. Okay, question 4. Here we go. The dot mark locators on the guitar are our little buddies. On the 6th string, that's the low string, I'll put the dots there. On the 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, that's where they generally are. On the low E string, this one, when you go along the 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, what does it spell? So fill in the blanks, please. Okay? And on the 5th, on the low, can you fill in the blankety blank? Blankety blank. Sounds like Terry Wogan. Do you remember him? Blankety blank. Okay. And on the 2nd string also, that's going back a bit, Terry Wogan. 3, 5, 7, 9 and 12. Okay? Here's question 5. There is no sharp, that's the symbol for sharp, between blank and blank. Okay? And blank and blank. Right, question 6. What does transpose mean? Okay? Okay? Transpose. Nothing to do with having a sex change. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. Right, what does transpose mean? Question 7. Here's something now. I've written out tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, and I've written the actual scale out for key of C. C upper tone is D, is 2 notes. D upper tone, D sharp E. Upper semitone, that's 1, E to F. F upper tone is G. Upper tone is A. Upper tone is B, and upper semitone is C. And I've apportioned numbers because that's very important. The number system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and we must know that it always goes major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor, diminished. So it's C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C. Now what I've done is I've put a sort of an example of a song, and the song is in the key of C because the first chord is C, and I'm using the first chord is C, and I'm going to the next chord change is G. The next chord change in bar 3 is A minor. Okay, and the next chord change in bar 4, changed it now, sorry about that, is G. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to portion the numbers underneath, give you a bit of a clue, and by knowing that you should be able to transpose, okay, I'm not going to tell you what that means, the same in the key of G, and I've kind of like really kind of helped you by writing it out in G, but you get the idea. There. Okay, question 8. What is a formula for a major triad? It's blank, blank, blank. There's 3 numbers. And also for a minor triad, one starts there, blank, 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 and a diminished triad. Okay, that is basically, I'm going to stop there and come back in a moment. So get your thinking caps on and start swatting away, and I'll see you in a minute. Hi guys, you're back then. I didn't scare you off too much, you didn't bunk off school. Great. Here we go then, here's the answers. What are the notes on the open strings? That shouldn't pose much of a problem if you remember the mnemonic or the little memory aid. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Or Eddie ate dynamite, Eddie ate dynamite. Goes bang Eddie? I can't remember what that one is, but you get the idea. What generally tells you the key of a song? Okay, simple answer. The first chord tells you the key of the song. Here's a fact also. If it starts on, say, the key of C, sorry, the chord C, if it's in the key of C, it will end on the chord. It's like it goes on a little musical journey and comes back home to the C. If it started on G, in the key of G, it will end in G. That's a fact. So a good 89% of the time it will start on the first chord. If you really want to find out what the key of the song is, the last chord is usually that tells you the key of the song, but it's usually the same as the first chord, if that makes sense. So it starts on C, it ends on C. It starts on G, it ends on G. It starts on A, it ends on A. So forth. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. What is an arpeggio? It's not an archipelago, okay? It's not a group of islands, I believe. No, it's just a fancy name. All these terms are usually Italian, arpeggio, okay? It's just the notes of a chord played separately, one after another, okay? Nothing special about it, but I just need you to know that, because sometimes these terms can sound a little bit intimidating, but that's all it is. Okay, this is very important, I deem, for knowing how to work out the notes. What are the notes on the dot mark locators? On the 6th, the low string, and I'm sorry, getting a bit messy here, but it's 3, the 5, the 7, 9, 12. It's G, A, B, Gab, I call that. Gab, C sharp, E. So G on the 3, 5 on the A, 7 on the B, C sharp on the 9th, and E again on the 12th, because it's the same as the low E. On the 5th, the A string, it spells on the 3 it's C, on the 5 it's D, on the 7th it's E, on the 9th it's F sharp, and on the 12th it's A, so it's C, F sharp, A. What is the notes on the 2nd string, the dot marks? Again, it's D, E, F sharp, it's another F sharp, and on the 9th it's G sharp, B. Please get that down, it's really important if you know that to work out the notes on the guitar using the system. I call it the clave system. Okay. There is no, question 5. There is no sharp between B and C, E and F. I got one of my subscribing buddies again come up with a good little memory aid. He said for B and C you could think of bacon cooking. Okay, cooking bacon. Bacon's cooking. And for E and F, eggs frying. Okay, okay. So like he says, it had to contain food in there for him to remember it. So if that works for you, bacon cooking, eggs and frying. Okay, you're getting hungry. Okay, what does transpose mean? Again, special word just means to change the key or convert the key. Okay, which we are about to do in question 7. Now, question 7. I put a little template here of C, G, A minor and G. Okay, and if I want to now do this, transpose it, well, I just put the numbers, apportion it. C is 1, the G was 5, you see A minor is a 6, hope you're following this, and back to G is 5. Quite simple. So all I have to do is put the same number sequence, 1, Next one on bar 2 is 5. Next one is bar 6. Sorry, is 6 on bar 3 and 5 on bar 4. So dead simple. So just fill in the blanks now. So that's G on for 1. Where's the 5? It's got to be D. And the 6 is E minor. And the 5 is D again. And if you were to play that on the guitar or on a keyboard, that sequence in key of C, it would sound exactly the same, well, as it does in G, either higher or lower to the previous key that you did, if that makes sense. Okay, question 8. What is the formula for a major triad? That was basically, again, when you apportion notes now, single notes. So say, I'll use this as an example. For a C chord, it would be the first note, the third and the fifth. I'm not talking chords here, it's the individual notes. It's a 1, 3, 5, C, E, G for instance. So 1, 3, 5 is for a major triad. We did that in the first series of lessons from 1 to 6. If you want to just go over those, it's worth doing. For a minor triad, all you do is you flatten the third note. So if it was C, E and G, if you flatten E, which is just moving it one note back, a semitone back would be C, E flat, G. I'll put that as there as an example. That's C, E, G. Okay, and a diminished is formula is 1, flat 3, flat 5. I don't know if you remember that. I didn't go on about that too long, but so that's C, E flat. So a G would become a G flat. So if you need to go over the first few lessons, that'll make sense. Okay, some of those are a little bit tricky, a little bit of there, but if you did generally well on that, I'm going to see you in the next set of lessons, and we're going to really get into working out songs on the guitar, big style, and I'm going to show you some, what I deem some really big secrets that I use for doing that over the years. That's helped, and I've taught my students many times, and with some great success, if I may say so modestly. Okay, so I'll see you guys very soon. I'll see you soon.